After the end of the First World War, people believed to have known the greatest mistakes that humans can cause. In fact, people start to having conversations about peace and the end of the conflict forever. Months later, these two people came to power. So, terror and barbarism hit the humanity, but this time it would be different. The horror produced during this period of time was so great that it was necessary to build a new concept, since there had not been a phenomenon such as this. A new concept had to be created. The concept was necessary to gather the great variety of experiences that were experienced by humans. This word is fascism, but what is really fascism? Well, in general terms, fascism was the experience lived by Italy and Germany. But the problem with that is that it's a very superficial way of understanding what is fascism. Fascism isn't just two bad guys in the power. Fascism is a huge phenomenon that implicates social transformation. It was a phenomenon in which all people were involved. This is so important because with having this knowledge, we will not make the same mistakes again. There are various ways of understanding what fascism is. We are going to use the analysis carried out by Attilio Boron, since this author does a complete and detailed analysis of this phenomenon, in turn translating it into the Latin American experiences. Is into the Marxist vision, so his analysis is influenced by his ideology. Points out that it's a huge mistake to forget the relationship between fascism and capitalism. This author doesn't forget the analysis given by other approaches. The problem that violence had within the system. Also, the limitation of the freedom of expression and the monopolization of the means of production. All of this given by the principal single-party method. He also labels fascism as a way of imperialism. The economy of the regime needs to find a way in which their economy don't finds into the extraction. So they look for colonize another words and provide to them the raw materials. What does it mean to say that capitalism is an exceptional state of imperialism? What we want to say is that capitalism cannot keep working in the same way attached with democracy. So it is necessary to eliminate democratic freedoms and build a military dictatorship. Within this, the capitalism saved itself from destruction. An example of how this specific state of capitalism acts into the logics of imperialism is the invasion of Germany into Poland. With this, they could acquire raw materials, and for that, the economic system didn't collapse. Taking into account what happened in Latin America during the 40s and the 50s, in which there was military dictatorships, it's important to ask to ourselves whether if there was or not fascism in Latin America. We can say that in Latin America, unlike Germany or Spain, there was another wave of exceptional form of capitalism state. That is that in Latin America there was a specific form of military dictatorship. It's safe to say that Latin America didn't experience the same fascism as Italy or Spain or Germany. This is first because we didn't experience the same stage of capitalist system. In Latin America, we were going through another stage of the capitalist system. While fascism has an autonomous desire of territorial expansion given by its late arrival to the capitalism system, in Latin America, we didn't experience that desire. Second, and more important, the lack of a huge part of the population support them differentiates the fascism in Germany and Italy and the military dictatorships in Latin America. Latin American military dictatorships have to be understood as a different historical category than fascism. The reason for that is that in Latin America we were on another stage of the capitalist system, and also because the social organizations and the political process in Latin America were totally different than were in Spain, Germany, or Italy. To sum it up, it's important to differentiate the military dictatorships in Latin America from fascism. This is because a wrong analysis can lead to a wrong strategy to oppose the violence and repression of these regimes.